everyone, it's Lauren Perreault from 5 Realty in the Portland metro area. The RMLS, or the Realtor Marketplace, just released its year-end statistics, so I thought we'd take a break from our weekly market updates to take a look at 2024 as a whole, and also touch on a couple of important changes that kicked off at the start of 2025. Before we dive in, if you find this video helpful, I'd love for you to like, share, or even subscribe to our YouTube channel at Lauren Perreault Realtor PDX. It really helps, and I appreciate it more than you know. Let's start with the average sales price. As I mentioned in last week's video about the 3 key trends that we're watching in 2025, this year-end analysis compares the average sale prices for all 12 months of 2023 with those of 2024. On the Oregon side of the border, the average sales price was up by 1.8%, and in Southwest Washington, we saw a bigger jump at 4.6%. But zooming in a bit, for December alone, the average sales price across the metro area, including Clark County, Southwest Washington, was down just under 1% compared to December 2023. Not what we were hoping for. Looking at 2025's early data, we might be back in positive territory, but I'll need a few more weeks of numbers to confirm a trend. Remember, all real estate is local. For example, in Oregon, Gresham and Troutdale saw gains of about 5.6%, followed by West Portland, Beaverton, and Oregon City. On the flip side, West Lynn, Lake Oswego area dipped slightly, and North and Northeast Portland were down the most at 2.4% and 2.8% respectively. Now let's talk supply and demand. In 2024, the number of homes hitting the market declined slightly, down 0.3%, while buyer activity was up 2.8%. That puts our inventory at 2.7 months, meaning if no new homes were listed, it would take about that long to sell every property that's on the market at the current pace. For context, traditionally, a balanced market typically has 4 to 6 months of inventory, so this is still supposedly a seller's market. But for many agents and myself, it feels more like balance. The historical rule may be changing. In 2024, in December, the average days on market jumped to 74 days, a 24% increase over the month last year. Okay, now there's some rule changes. First off, the new rules say agents are prohibited in canceling and relisting their property in order to try and get lower days on market. Violators can be fined up to $1,500. Secondly, Oregon law now requires buyer representation agreements. Agents cannot show homes even to a family member without a signed buyer rep agreement. Agents can show their own listings, but remember, they work for the seller. This rule was implemented by the National Association of Realtors back in August, but it's now officially law in Oregon, mirroring Washington change last year. So those are the 2 major changes we're seeing in 2025. Based on the cancellation, we should see much better data because now they can't just cancel and relist trying to game the system. And then the thing with the buyer representation agreement, we actually think it might be helpful because it's going to mean that people who are out looking are serious, and you won't have as many looky-loos coming into your house asking for showings when they don't really have any interest in the house. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you'll like, share, or subscribe again at Lauren Perreault Realtor PDX on YouTube, and I'll see you next week.